What's up, guys? Meon. I'm back with another video. And tonight, I could be making a video talking about the Seattle Kraken expansion draft, which, honestly, I have a lot I want to say about that, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, this video has something to do with a completely different sport and a player from it who's announced his retirement tonight, and it's kind of pisses me off, not because of the player, but because of the circumstances. That has to do with Yermin Mercedes. You may remember I have him listed in the baseball section of my bucket list T-shirt. You may remember I made a video about him earlier this year. That video was in relation to Chicago White Sox manager Tony La Russa being a fucking idiot. If you want to know more about that, I'll leave it in the description below. Basically, what happened was Yermin Mercedes, and I'm going to talk more about him in a little bit. He came out of nowhere back in April, was hitting lights out. One game against the Twins, he hit a home run off a position player late in the game, which was a blowout win. And La Russa got pissed about it, and the very next game, the Twins threw at Mercedes, or behind him, and La Russa felt nothing wrong with that. It was a lolcow of a moment for La Russa. And as for Mercedes, after April, he seemed to struggle, and then recently got demoted to AAA, and he's now announced his retirement. I'm going to leave the post. Jeff Passan originally broke the news just a little bit ago. I'm going to leave his post linked in the description below. It has a screenshot of Yermin's post on Instagram where he announced his retirement. The post itself was translated, so it might not make a ton of sense in the way the wording is. But again, so that's why I said I'm going to leave that in the description below for you guys. But I feel bad. I feel bad for Mercedes. And let's keep in mind here, this is a guy who spent years in the minor leagues and fought to make it up to the majors. A few guys have done, it seems like we've seen that from several guys this year, but Yermin especially. Going all the way back to 2011, where he signed as an international free agent with the Washington Nationals, spending the 2011, 2012, and 2013 seasons with the DSL Nationals, which is their Dominican Summer League team, and he was released by them in 2013. He then spent 2014 in the independent leagues with a couple of teams for a little bit. And then in September of 2014, he signed a minor league deal with Baltimore and played the 2015 season with one of their minor league teams. And split the 2016 season between two of their minor league teams. And then 2017 between two of their minor league teams. Going from, splitting, or he spent 2015 with Delmarva, he split 2016 with Delmarva and the Frederick Keys, and he split 2017 with Frederick and Bowie. And then he got selected in the minor league portion of the 2017 Rule 5 draft by the White Sox, playing the 2018 season with Winston-Salem, again, a minor league team. He split the 2019 season between the Birmingham Barons and Charlotte Knights minor league teams, and he was added to their 40-man roster following the 2019 season. He was called up to the majors on August 1st of 2020, making his MLB debut the following day as a pinch hitter, grounding out in his only plate appearance. And then on April 2nd in 2021, he got his first major league hit of his career when he hit a single against the Angels and became the first player in Chicago White Sox history in the same game to record 5 hits in their first major league start. And, of course, like I said, this was back in April of earlier this year. So, and on top of that, the next day, he had hits in his first 3 at-bats, becoming the first player since 1900 to begin a season with 8 straight hits. And he was named AL Player of the Week on April 5th. On April 19th, he made his first pitching appearance in a game against my Red Sox. And then he was named Rookie of the Month for the games played in April. And obviously tonight, he's announced his retirement via Instagram. And I have to wonder, how much of this is Tony La Russa's fault? Now, Mercedes struggling. I mean, let's be honest here. The dude, as of right, he's 28 years old. He's fought to get up here, and he has a hell of a story in that regard. But even at 28, back in April, he showed promise, and then the La Russa thing happens. He and it still baffles me, okay, that the manager of your own team would say the shit that he said about regarding what Mercedes did, and all Mercedes did was hit a home run and late in the game, a blowout win off a position player. Like, dude, and like, why are you mad at that? The other team didn't seem to care, didn't seem to mind. Everybody was celebrating it, and then La Russa had to fucking shit on it. And then the very next game, again, like I said before, Mercedes got thrown at. That pitcher actually got thrown out of the game, and La Russa didn't give a fuck. He seemed happy with it. He said in his comments that it was going to be dealt with within the family. That there would be some sort of punishment. Look what the fuck you did to this guy. You had what the fuck, Tony? Like, the White Sox are a promising young team. And in an AL Central that has an Indians team, or whatever the hell they're going to be called, that is just, who the fuck knows? You've got two teams in the Tigers and Royals that are, tanking. A Twins team that can't seem to find their identity, if we're being quite honest. The White Sox should be running away with this goddamn division. And yet, honestly, we knew after last year, with the promising young team that they had, they were going to need a new manager to take the team forward. That manager is not Tony La Russa. And yet they hired him. And yes, they're being successful. But they're being successful, in spite of La Russa. Not because of him. The talent is there. It's like when Aaron Rodgers led the Packers to the Super Bowl win back in 2010. Or more recently with the Nick Foles run that the Eagles had after Carson Wentz got hurt. A lot of the success they had was because of Carson Wentz, but Nick Foles finished the job against my Patriots just a few years ago. In those situations, if we're being honest, the head coaches, it wasn't them that led those teams to victory. It was the players. Yes, the head coach or manager or whatever the fuck, yes, they play a role, but in some cases, it's the players that play a bigger role, and the coaches seem to just get carried there. And we've automatically seen that with Mike McCarthy in just 1 year with Dallas after being let go by the Packers a few years ago. It just baffles me that La Russa got hired again after being out of the managerial scene for quite some time. I mean, go back all the way back to the offseason. The dude got fucking pulled over for a DUI or some shit and had the audacity to flash his World Series rings. Dude, that should have been red flags right off the bat. I feel bad for Yermin because he doesn't deserve this. If not for La Russa, because you have to wonder if La Russa's comments got to him, and the fact that he didn't give a shit that the Twins threw at him, and some of his teammates did stand up for him, but you got to wonder if they were talked to after the fact, and if any of that came out. Well, it hasn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if La Russa said something to the players that stood up for Mercedes. There are probably others that didn't say anything publicly, but probably wanted to, but don't want to deal with La Russa's bullshit. And who would? Honestly, I don't know where this White Sox team goes from here. They'll probably win the AL Central as it is, but La Russa's got to go automatically. He needs to go. I'm surprised he has not pulled any more bullshit like this thus far. But again, I mean, Urinating Tree, somebody tagged Urinating Tree under Jeff's post, and I think Urinating Tree put it best. If I was right about La Russa, it's time to be afraid for the White Sox. What the fuck? And then somebody said, "Do you hate Tony because he's one of the goats, or because of years of dominating the Pirates? He was in St. Louis?" Tree's response: "Did you see how out of touch he was when he was an executive in Arizona?" And then dude's like just saying he's one of the goats. But I mean, like, exactly. It's just I feel bad for Yermin. I really do because he does not deserve this. He doesn't deserve this. He just yeah. Uh, yeah. So with all that being said, thank y'all for watching. Yermin, if you ever manage to see this, which I don't think you will, but if you do, I feel bad for you, man. I wish you all the best. If you choose to come back to baseball someday, again, I wish you the best. You have a hell of a story, and you don't deserve. And you know what? Just take care of yourself, man. And I wish you all the best. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Peace.